Hey, this is Ryan with Sawdust and Stuff, and today I'm going to show you a step-by-step, simple guide to how to make a leather patch hat. As I've talked about in the previous video, leather patch hats are one of the two biggest items I make. There's a good profit margin, they're easy to batch out, and you get repeat customers. So, to start this video, what you're going to need is you're going to need a blank hat. I use Richardson 112s. I buy them on ssactivewear.com, and they've got a following. The Richardson brand has a following, and so people know they want a Richardson, which is why I use these. You can find cheaper, you can find more expensive, whatever blank hat you want is fine in whatever color. This is a black on black Richardson 112. In addition to that, you're also going to need a sheet of leatherette. I use Hide Bond adhesive because they've got a ton of different colors and the best adhesive on the market. These sheets are 12 by 24, and you can get a ton of patches on one of these. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna go one hat all the way through. It's a lot less efficient to do it this way, but it is easy to see exactly where we're going with the video if you do it that way. So let's get right to it. We're gonna start on Lightburn over on our computer. I'll flip you over there and I'll show you how to send the file from Lightburn with the settings I use over to your computer. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually not gonna design the file in front of you. I'm just going to show you how I send that file over to my computer and the settings I use. Right here in Lightburn, you're going to look at two designs. I've got Minnesota football and Wolves over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick one of these and I'm going to cut it out. I do my files in two different outputs. One of them is the fill, that's going to be the engraving. The other one is the line, that's going to be the cutout. And when you hit preview, it shows you exactly what this design is going to look like. The settings I use for these, for the fill or engrave, I use 800 speed, 25 power, and these are focused at 6 millimeters. For the line, I use 25 speed and 30 power, which looks like I had a typo there. And for both of these, I use air assist on, which helps get you a cleaner cut. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to your laser tab and you're going to hit send, and all you're going to do is you're going to name it whatever you want and go ahead and send it. For me, I'm always going to label these with something that tells me what design it is, followed by engrave, and then I'm going to switch the outputs so that the cut is output, and I'm going to send that over with the same first word followed by cut, which is telling me that that's the second file I need to run. And it looks like my controller is full, so I'll have to go ahead and delete one of those. All right, now I've cleared one file off of the machine, and so it'll allow me, but as you can see, the same process. Send it over, and now these files are both over on the laser, so we're done with our computer. So over on our laser, we've got 6 millimeter focus is what we're looking for. So I'm gonna use a sheet here that I've already gotten used, and I'm gonna just line it up over with the square that I keep on my machine bed. And then I'll typically put on some of these magnets just to keep this in place, to make sure nothing moves around too much. The first thing I'm going to do is find my origin. And if I look over at my file, I had the origin in the top left. So I'm going to go and find top left, and I'm going to hit origin over on the control panel. And I'm going to double check this is already focused correctly, which it is. They supply you with this little clear acrylic piece that lets you focus properly. That's what I use to focus every time. So then we've got to get over to our control panel here. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure you're at the main home screen by hitting escape until it's just blank. It should start there, but if not, that's what you do. And then you're going to hit file, and you're just going to go up to your file with the engrave. Once you've hit enter, what it'll do is it'll show you a picture of what you're about to engrave, followed by on the side over there, it's going to say the settings that you sent over there. And all that looks good, so you can go back to the laser. So back on the laser, we're good there. I'm just going to hit start. And we're going to go ahead and let this file engrave. This will usually take 3 or 4 minutes, depending on your exact settings. But for me, that's about how long they take. So our hat just finished engraving, and I wanted to show you how I go about cleaning off my patches, because I think this is a thing that a lot of people don't know how to do. So what I do is I just take LA Totally Awesome. You can find it at the Dollar Tree, and it's not expensive. It's like $1.25. And then I just take a microfiber rag that looks like this, and I just hold it down, making sure it's not going to wiggle or move out of the position I wanted it, and then I just wipe it clean. Again, we're doing one hat right now, but you can do this with up to a full sheet. Eventually, it's going to look clean, just like that. It's not too hard at all, and it's pretty simple. And then all you're going to do is go over to your control panel of the laser, and you're going to select the other file that you already sent over, and this is the cut file, and it'll just go ahead and cut the patch out for you. This takes 10 seconds. So once you've got your patch done, again, here's the patch we just did, you're gonna head over to your hat press. You'll see on the hat press that I've got 3 different settings. Let me zoom in on those. So the machine I have is the Stahls Hotronics, the Fusion IQ, it's the 360 IQ, and it's one of the best on the market. I love it, it's never had any problems for me, and the reason I love it so much is because of the settings you can easily customize. What you got here is the top platen heat, the bottom platen heat, the pressure, and the time. Now, Heidbon suggests doubling that time, 52 seconds or something, for their suggested heat press time. I run mine in 2 splits. The first half, I put the hat on without the patch, without any pad or protection, just to preheat the hat. And then I put it down again with the patch, with the protection for the actual adhering part after that. The pressure I use is usually 3 or 4. This is incorrect, it's not calibrated. And then the 320 top platen, 280 bottom platen comes directly from the manufacturer of Heidbon on those settings. So you're going to want to set your settings, whether it's the Hotronics or another one, you're going to want to set your settings to something similar to this. I'd suggest these exact ones. Now that we're at the heat press, let me just show you what I do here. So the hats come with a little cardboard piece inside here, just a protector. And I pull that out, and then I also go ahead and pull the sweatband out of the way. And I put it on the platen like that, as close to there, and then I pull down on the bottom. Well, I push down the first time on that pre-hat press, and again, all this is doing is heating up the hat so that the adhesive gets tacky quicker and the process moves fast. 26 seconds is how long I do this for. I actually have never tested that number. That's just the one that's worked for me. And again, we're doing one hat right now, but I can run 3 or 4 hat presses at once, no biggie, because of these little downtime segments. So then you've got your patch here, and all you're gonna do is center it, put it right where you want it, and then I just push down in the center right on that seam until it gets tacky and I know it's not gonna move on me. And then you wanna protect the patch. So I use a 3/8 inch piece of foam here. I know people who use microfiber towels or whatever as well, but you just put that on top there and you pull it down for the second half of the press. And once this is done, you're good to go. Now this hat press automatically releases when it's done, which is one of my favorite things. But as you can see, we've got our leather patch hat here, and it looks perfect. It's centered perfect. There's a piece of dust and stuff on there. That's not a big deal. But we're gonna let it cool down, and then we're gonna go ahead and pack it up in the box. So usually when you've got a hat, you've got somewhere it's going, right? It's either been ordered online or you've got a customer picking it up locally. In our situation, this hat's getting shipped. And the boxes I buy come like this on pallets. They're 8 by 8 by 8, and they're the cheaper of the two as far as the durability. I've also got this tape dispenser that you just saw. It's really expensive and unnecessary. You'd be also just fine using packing tape like this. But this box size is perfect because you can put one hat in, pack it up, but if I wanted to pack 6, 7, 8 hats, they'd also all fit in here too. So it's got some versatility there. Then I go ahead and just pack it up, throw it in the box, get the shipping label, packing label on there, and we're good to go. And that's really all there is. Once the hat is in the box, it's ready to go. So thank you so much for being here. I hope this showed you just how easy, unintimidating this process is. I know getting started is a beast with the laser, but this project should be able to make you some money and at the same time teach you different things and troubleshooting things when you don't get the results you want. So you'll need a laser, you'll need your programming for that laser, and then you'll need the hat press. And outside of that, hats really are that easy. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll catch you next time.